I need to get something off my chest. Yesterday, my stepdaughter graduated and I wasn't invited. I've been in her life since she was 4 months old. Married her mother when she turned 2. I've been there, consistent, showing up, providing, loving her like she's my own. But come graduation day, I wasn't even given a seat. They told me there were only 8 tickets. They went to my wife, her 2 sisters, her biological father, her uncle, her grandmother, her aunt, and her boyfriend. 8 tickets, and I wasn't one of them. I've been sitting with the pain all day. I took time off work. 3 days. I drive trucks. That I can't make it anymore. And still, I feel so left out. So today I made some decisions. I removed her from my car and health insurance. I took her off everything I've been covering. I told her mother, since she's grown and graduated, she can go live with her dad. I said, the one that you made room for over me. Now there's tension in my house. Emotions are high. But I'm standing on what I feel. Because the truth is I'm so hurt. I'm not mad. I'm just really hurt. I removed her from everything I'm covering.
What do you think?
She knew what she was doing, because that's a very rash reaction to I'm not invited, now granted, invite the man. But also, if that's your... Can't curse?
Of course.
If you're fuck your health, get out of my house. There has to be some kind of drips of that in his way with her. So she must have been, there's feelings there already for her to be like, nah, you can't come. And if that's his like, well, you can't, well, if I can't come, get out for all my health insurance and get out of my house. They already don't like each other. There's something, even if he's been there, there's something in there.
There has to be.
I think so, because like, how are you? You're the man of the house and you're not invited.
Whole life.
That's crazy to me, honestly.
Yeah.
And then all of the family co-signed it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was like the boyfriend case.
No, not even a
It's the
husband.
aunties
For me. Like,
They didn't rape.
You couldn't have been there more than 2 years.
it's facts. That's fair.
But as I said, I don't think they like each other.
No.
For real,
I don't think
think
no
that.
one likes him.
He's being bullied. 3 days off of work. Consoling himself, trying to figure out how he feels and how it's come to this. And they just went to the graduation.
Maybe
I actually feel a bit sorry for him. He may be an asshole though, but I feel sorry for him because that's a long time.
That's time. Like, I think he said he's a truck driver.
Yeah.
Do we think he's been there, a truck driver, her whole life? Because then he might be thinking, I put in life, I've done this, and she's like, you weren't there, you were that's not a
driving.
relationship that I
He
have
was
with
always
you
on
because
the
you were
road.
away.
Yeah.
And he's thinking one thing, and she's like, that's not it's not my thing. Now he's hurt and flipping the table and knocking everything over and get off my health insurance.
Yeah.
That
a
part
lot.
is a bit like if you're stepdad and this is my child, and you can be angry, but then removing, see how quickly she became your non-biological?
Right.
That part.
Petty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
That's what I'm saying.
was her.
Yeah, petty man.
Mm-hmm.
Shaky.
Because the thing is, for me, it's shady.
Mm.
For her to invite 8 people,
Yeah.
her neighbour was probably next on the list. that means something's not quite right. Something's not adding up. Because if that's your next to dad, you're not going to invite your boyfriend over him. You might not. Your auntie might not even get an in. Your uncle might not even get an in over your dad who's been there and paid for you. Your stepdad who's been there and paid for you. Shady's going on.
So we don't know, because he's saying that's my stepdaughter, but does the daughter regard him
Ooh.
as her stepdad? If the
That's
dad
it.
is in her life, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's performing dad duties. If the dad is still alive, she just might not live with her dad.
And
You know
just
what I mean?
because is married to your mother doesn't mean that you're going to get on with them.
That
Yeah.
part very deeply. We can only go on, he thought he should be there. I was thinking maybe the dad was like, I don't want him there. Like, I want it to be family. Like, I'm your dad, mum, dad, the aunts. Your husband don't need to be there.
Not if the stepdad's been involved. I think it's deeper than that. I think the
not good.
stepdad...
Why would they all okay it?
I think the stepdad isn't as innocent as he's making himself out to. I'm getting something dodgy out of him.
I think if the dad was like, yo, like, you can't come, he can't come. Mum and dad, what you got going on? Like, that's my other theory.
So mum and dad have been
why is
getting
mum
it
and dad like, what? How is that? How does that relationship go? Because if that's the man you married and that's not your husband, but he's her dad, that's the man you married. This is the household you chose. That the dad doesn't have that much say about those kinds of things in the house. Or it should be the 3 of you making the decisions, no? You know?
Fair.
And the dad doesn't get to kind of be like, well, you can't come to the stepdad who's been there in the house with this household. Yeah, no,
How
like
is
there's
it
a discussion.
there's still something in there with the mum then, because if the mum was fine to go to the graduation and leave her husband crying in the bed,
that's my
when
point.
he couldn't even work for 3 days, and she just came home and carried on about her business.
It's like they all know that you don't deserve,
that you deserve,
and there's
this
nothing we can do about
and
it.
We're not going to do.
I'm just going to stand aside and let.
I'm just going to go to the graduation, and you're just at home.
That's what it's given.
Because it's a lot of the missing. The wife knows that because you know that. How long did he know that I'm going to take 3 days off? Could that put they have a calendar in the kitchen, big red crosses. I've got these days.
It's true though.
No, he was emotionally sick. Like, he couldn't go to work. He was in distress.
Took 3 days off.
He couldn't drive anymore.
But the thing is,
Nah, he's lying. He's actually lying. I'm not on it.
the speed in which she removed her from everything.
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't do that
You don't like that
about someone you actually care about.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
giving evil stepdad.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, okay.
But the thing is, then also, then get him out of the house. Then why is he still around for him to even be considered about? I should be at the graduation. He should be gone. Why?
Maybe it's his house.
Yeah, like maybe they need to stay in his house.
I mean, it's a cause he lives still.
Perspective.
It's not as easy as to just...
He's just a Mayu in the house.
Not a Mayu.
He clearly is. He weren't allowed to go to the graduation.
But maybe you're saying he's a Mayu. Maybe he's the toxic one in the house, authoritarian in the house.
Yeah.
And this is the one thing that they're able to control.
Maybe
So
they
then,
thought
how
he
come
was going
Dad
to
can't?
work.
What about Dad?
Because Dad don't live there.
Maybe they thought he was going to work. And he'll be on his
That's
trucking.
true.
They just assumed, and they were like, "Well, you don't need
And
it."
he
here
came
anyway.
back and he was like, "Where are they?"
What about Dad though? Why can't Dad tuck him in and get him
live
out?
there.
Dad wasn't chosen.
His own girl.
We're making up all characters.
She hates him.
They all hate him.
But
What has he done?
It's the
Yeah.
co-side.
That's my
Okay.
point. They don't like
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Don't like
He's
you
lying
said
on
it
the
right
internet.
first
Yeah.
time. They
He's
don't
Trying
like
to
each
curry
other.
favour and sensitivity, but actually it's you.
It's more I want to hear from the daughter
Mm.
and the mum.
And the auntie, because I want to know that our two aunties got to go. The auntie's a sister.
Maybe the auntie's houses are the ones that she runs to.
Yeah, it's like your aunties could never. And on that note.